Hi, I'm Craig Hamilton Parker, the psychic medium. And if you watch this channel, you'll know that we deal with all things psychic, all things paranormal, and make a lot of predictions about the future, of course. And today I'm going to make some predictions for the star sign of Capricorn. So hi everyone, and thanks for joining me for your sun sign astrology, basically the basic astrology, something simple about your sign for the year ahead. So let's have a look first of all at some of the things that are happening in the sky. First, there's going to be Pluto is moving into Aquarius. Now, Pluto is is the furthest out of the planet, so it moves very, very slowly, and it's moving into Aquarius from January the 20th until September the 1st, and then it's coming out of it for a while and back in again from November the 19th right through to March 2043. And Pluto deals with lots of the things involved with society at large and ages, as it were, the sort of eras we're entering. So Pluto entering Aquarius is a pretty good thing. We can have it there for the next 19 years. So this is good news for everybody, really, and good news for society generally and the world at large. It brings Pluto in Aquarius brings innovation of new ideas. It brings new opportunities, new inspiration, and hopefully some better human values. So with all the troubles we're getting in the world, it's an optimistic thing to have Pluto moving into Aquarius. This should open up lots of new beginnings, lots of new starts for us. There's going to be a number of eclipses in 2024, of course, and these are also give energy to the periods when there's an eclipse. And eclipses bring sort of transformation. Eclipses empower. They clear out the old and they bring in the new. So one of the most significant is going to be around September time, when there'll be an eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And this is positive news. And it's positive news again for the world because it can bring things like new inventions and new discoveries, medical discoveries and things like that. So that will be hopefully something good for the news for the world ahead. There's going to be the main eclipses are going to be Libra is going to have a full moon lunar eclipse on the 25th of March. Aries has a new moon solar eclipse on the 8th of April. Pisces, the full moon lunar eclipse on the 17th of September. And Libra's new moon solar eclipse on the 2nd of October. So the eclipses, so we get things like, you consider these dates as new starts, new ventures, times, any of those dates are good times to make changes. A lot of astrologers believe that solar eclipses are all about new beginnings, and lunar eclipses are clearing out the old. So those are the points of changing points in the times around ahead. Jupiter conjunct Venus in Taurus on the April the 20th, 2024. This happens around every 14 years because this is again the slow moving planets outside of the asteroid belt. This doesn't happen very often, but Jupiter in astrology is always a good sign, a planet of expansion. It magnifies anything. It brings good fortune. It's jovial. It's a positive. It brings prosperity, opportunity, optimism, hope, and more meaning to life as well. So we have Jupiter conjunct Uranus and Taurus on the 20th of April. That's another good energetic time for people. Lots of good things happening with Jupiter this year, particularly as its influence in Aquarius. And Uranus, of course, is the planet of change. It's also a planet of concerned with social awareness and evolution of humanity and things like this. It usually sits it's good in the sign of Aquarius again. So all this is quite positive news for the world ahead. Perhaps are going to be an energetic time for most of us. Actually, it collectively invites a kind of a new wave of thoughts of liberation, thoughts of freedom are going to be very important this year ahead in terms of the planets. Lots of changes, many elections happening around the world. These are all in my predictions, of course, but there's lots happening with that. So lots of changes, and often changes for the good, the way things are looking. Jupiter is going to be in Gemini on May 25th, right through to June the 9th. 2025, and this is a planet that can bring good luck, in good fortune and abundance again. And it brings opportunities wherever it travels, and particularly when in Gemini. So all of these things are happening in the stars. These are all things that will influence all the signs. But now let's have a look at your individual sign. Well, as you heard with my sort of preamble about the general things happening in the stars, you would have heard that Pluto is making a major change into Aquarius. And this is absolutely good news for you, because it's been holding you back now for, I think it's 20 years it's been there. It's been a long while anyway. The Pluto has been hanging around, holding you back and giving you a sense of not being in control of your life, actually. And once it's out of your sign, it's literally out of your sign for a long period ahead. So you're going to feel almost a sense of relief and a sense of major change happening in your life in 2024. Major change for the better too. Change like a feeling of, I can start all over again. I've got a whole new phase. I'm at a whole new period of my life that I can feel is going to work. You know, finally, God's given me a break. You know, I can move forward, and you can cool down a bit. You can feel a little bit more at ease with yourself. You'll feel more stable in yourself, and you've got some good planetary things ahead that's going to add a lot of fun into your life, experimentation into your life. You'll feel stable in yourself, but you'll also have almost the complete opposite, in that you will also be able to go out and take and want to just enjoy life for its own sake, and you'll take better care of yourself. You'll settle into new routines that suit you, rather than feeling that you've been under the shadow of other people's routines. So this is going to be quite important for you. Pluto's been there in your sign since 2008. So it's been there for quite a long time. So it should be a much smoother ride generally. You'll feel settled. You'll feel simplicity of routines is also going to be important. Some people may leave your life and new ones may come in over this period too. This could be a time of making sort of new longer term changes for you as well. March 25th and October the 2nd are good years on your calendar. This is when we get the two Libra eclipses. And these could bring real momentum to your life, particularly for your career, but all types of things. Opportunity comes at that time of the year. You also get good time for professional growth, some opportunities for you this year. And home life is also very good in 2024. It's well starred. You've got a lunar north node, highlights your domestic life. So this looks pretty good for you as well. It strengthens bonds and existing relationships, and it can help get rid of hostile relationships as well if there's been difficulties around you. So there'll be generally a feeling of vitality, because Jupiter is looking pretty good. It moves into your 6th house, and this could give you a year of a lot of energy, things like this, and even new training, new opportunities, things you might want to do. Love too could be pretty good, actually. You've got quite a good year ahead, actually, all round. Mind you, it's what we make of it, of course. We could have all these things happening in the planets and stars, and we don't do anything about it. So you should feel confident and try to take advantage of this kind of new energy that's unfolding. Start to see it as a kind of a new chapter in your life, and it's unlikely, if you're a single, it's probably unlikely you'll want to settle this year. It's more of a period, a call to enjoy the solo life, particularly from 5th of May until May 29th. The sun is in conjunct with Venus, and the planet of fun, Jupiter, is there, which brings rules over kind of hidden desires and things like this. So this is a time that you'll be having a bit more enjoyment, I think. I think you'll be experimenting, particularly the beginning part of the year. The beginning part of the year is going to be a time when you'll be probably, if you're single, moving between relationships, but enjoying the act of perhaps dating or whatever it is you're doing if you're a single person there. You've got two more. We got those other lunar eclipses on March the 25th and the solar eclipse on the October the 2nd. That makes you feel kind of that your career could accelerate in those times too. So you've got these kind of boosters to your career, including the eclipse on the 8th, wasn't it? You've got there some good, that one could slow you down a bit actually on the 8th of April. But you've got these ups and downs. You've got these kind of bits that kind of spin you forward. But particularly, I think the repositioning of Pluto, I think is very important for you, particularly from the September the 1st through to December the 19th. You'll be pushing forward and pushing any obstacles out the way during that time. You could achieve a lot this year if you really go about it, both on your emotional life and in your career life particularly. It's a time, I think, to have a lot of confidence and take advantage of these things while you're in a good energetic period. You know what it's like to have been held back. You've been held back for quite a long time, so there should be a lot more enthusiasm and energy. Now use that enthusiasm, channel that enthusiasm. Don't let it just fizzle out into just silliness, but turn it into something. Think, I want to do something now. I want to do something that's going to give me opportunities for the long term ahead. So this is a time for confidence, for building, for taking advantage of sometimes quite unexpected opportunities that might come your way in 2024. Well, I hope you enjoyed your sun sign astrology, as we call it. And of course, as you know, it can only be kind of quite simple, really. It will only cover the very basics of a star sign, but hopefully gain something from that and get a bit of an idea of the year ahead for 2024. But I want to tell you about something that's really, really fascinating, which is called the Nadi Oracle. So now, some of you would have read about this in my books already and already explored this, but there's a system in India that goes back thousands and thousands of years, in which there was what's called the ancient rishis. Now, these were kind of like astrologers, but they were seers. And they could foresee the future of any person that would ever come and call upon those rishis, as it were. And they wrote it all down on palm leaves, which are like an Indian book made out of wood. It looks like a sort of like rulers, with it all written down in ancient Tamil language. And they wrote down the future of anybody that consults them. I consulted them, and it completely blew my mind. It tells you all about your life in total detail, even giving the name of your parents and the date and time of your birth. And even if you don't know the time of your birth, it will give it to you, and it will know your name, even if you don't give your name or anything like that. It's absolutely remarkable. Now, I was one of the first kind of modern YouTubers, or people in the West generally, to first start really exploring these ancient Nadi leaves. And now they've become available to anybody that wants to consult them. And it's very, very hard to get a proper Nadi reading. It's very, very hard to find this ancient wisdom source. There's Nadi readers out there that are complete fakes. And the good ones are now so booked up, they're now booked up years in advance. Now, where I've been working with the Nadi readers, they have agreed that the readings that come through me are given top priority. They jump the queue. So instead of having to wait years, you can wait just a few months to get your Nadi readings. Now, this may change. So if you want a Nadi reading through me, and a lot of you know about this already who follow the channels, if you want a Nadi reading from me, now is the time, because this window might close. So have a look in the description below, and what you're going to need to do is go to the link in the description below and then send me an email through the form on the site. Just the contact form on the site. Just say, Craig, I'd like to get a Nadi reading. Can you put me in touch with them, or something like that, just so I know what it's about. And then I'll copy you in and send and forward your emails to the Nadi readers, so that you get prioritized on getting a Nadi reading. There's a little bit on the page that explains what it is. But you really also, if you're going to do this, this is not like your normal astrology by any means whatsoever. It's a very, very powerful thing that can be very transformative in your life. I'm not just going to flog you the book. I would like you to read the book if you do go into it. So have a look at my book, Messages from the Universe, in which I talk about what happens, how it happened to me, how I checked it all out for frauds and all the rest of it. And it just gives you some idea about what it's all about. I've also produced a film about it on Amazon Prime, which you can go and watch for free if you're an Amazon Prime member, called Mystic Journey to India. I had to think for a minute there, and you can learn about it as well. But if you want to know about the sort of astrology that'll leave you sort of mind boggled, then this is your chance. So have a look in the description below. Like I say, this window will not be open for long. This is probably going to be one of your last chances to get a Nadi reading. So if you're thinking about doing it, now's your time. Get in touch with me, guys, and I'll forward it through to you. Like they say, very few people can get their Nadis. That's why the door is closing, because so many have come to it, and there's only a few readers that are really truly out there that can do this. There's lots that claim they can. There's only very, very, very few. They're so rare, as you'll read in the book if you want to do the research. Okay, there we go. I was not doing that just as an ad. I know that many of you are very interested in this. So, okay, thanks for joining me. And like I say, have a look at the description below. Don't forget to give me a like and give me a thumbs up, because that helps these videos to reach out further. And don't forget to follow my channel. And thanks for everything, for all your support, you guys, for all your support through 2023. And I think for a minute I've been saying 2024 all the time. All your thought and all your lovely comments and all those that have been patrons that have helped the site. Thank you, guys. And we wish you a happy new year for all of you. Okay, see you soon. Bye for now.